We head back to the hotline to bring in, well, the driver this week of the number 38 Great Clips Chevrolet for Turner Motorsports. Jason Leffler's here. Top of the morning, Jason.
What's happening, guys? How's it going?
Good, Jason. How are you?
All right, man. Just getting ready to go to Talladega, hang out with my little guy, Charlie Dean, here today, and then head out tomorrow, do some drafting.
You're a guy that's been around the sport for a long time. We were just talking about the fact that STP coming into the sport. That must bring back some memories.
Yeah. STP, I mean, that's pretty awesome. They've been a great sponsor for motor racing for a long time, all the way back to, the 60s, and obviously with Richard Petty, but even the IndyCar and Andy Granatelli and all that. A lot of history in auto racing with STP.
Yeah, pretty cool to have them come back. All right, well, let's talk about last week at Texas before we go forward to Talladega. Tell us about your night there under the lights on Friday at Texas Motor Speedway, Jason.
Yeah, we just struggled the whole night, the whole weekend. Couldn't get a handle on it. We worked really hard. Guys worked hard, and just couldn't get going. So it was kind of disappointing. I thought we'd run better than that. And at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I got a pit road penalty, speeding penalty on the last caution. So had to restart the tail, so I didn't help us any there. And this was not a good night for the Wolfpack Reynolds Chevy. But I think this weekend, Talladega will have a fast car. We'll be able to run up front for sure.
Obviously, that pit road speeding penalty, one of the fluke penalties that you get, you're normally good about minding the speed limits on pit road. Overall, collectively as a bunch, what is keeping you out of the top 10 or the top 5 or victory lane on a consistent basis right now?
Well, right now we got to get in the top 10, or we just finding the handle on our car. We showed up and felt like we were a 50th place car, and we improved and made it a 15th place car, maybe even a little better than that. Like I said, I got us behind at the end, but by no means where we needed to be. And this car's finding a baseline and then going off that baseline is, you got to show up close and then tune on it from there, and we're just missing it. So, I mean, the guys are working hard, and as a whole, I think as a whole Turner right now, that last weekend no one ran the way they wanted to run. So we just missed the setup, and but the guys are back at the shop working on it and working hard, so we'll get it here.
What is the feel that you're missing, and are you missing this in practice and obviously it rolling up into the race?
Yeah, we've just been really loose, lack of grip, loose, but lack of front grip, the whole car sliding around, and just kind of I describe it as a going nowhere loose. There's a fast loose, there's a free, but when you sit in one spot and you're turning your wheels right, not going forward, it's just too loose, So, and it sounds simple to fix, but it's whatever we got going on. So, this new car, it's just such a different animal, and some of the things you do to fix it are different than the old car. So, but we'll get it. We got good equipment, good motors, everything, good pit stops, and a good group of guys. So, just a matter of time. We thought we had some ideas going into Texas that might help it, and it was kind of didn't work out for us. So it was kind of backwards of what we thought. So we'll go the other way, and I'm pretty confident that we'll fix it. It just takes time.
I don't want to belabor the point, but I mean, I know you were surprised, and I was surprised because you were very pumped up about going to Texas last week. What was there anything in particular in terms of a curveball that got thrown at you guys down there?
Not really. I mean, the tire was a good tire. The track was slick, and we thought actually going into the race we didn't have the speed, but we thought we would handle okay, and it just was really loose, and we just missed. Like our second pit stop, we missed the adjustment and had a bad set of tires, really. And I don't call them a bad set of tires, a mismatched set of tires for what we had, and it showed up, and that got us behind there. And then we made that back, got the lucky dog, and it's just it's a work in progress. It's hard, and it's harder than I anticipated, but. The cars are really fun to drive. The new Nationwide cars are fun. I mean, they're fun sliding around. You just got to slide around a little less than the guy next to you. You got to be able to go forward and have that forward bite and stuff. So that's what we're working on.
Well, this weekend you get to slip and slide around Talladega Superspeedway. Now, Daytona, obviously a fresh coat of asphalt. This is like the third year or so that we've had since the track was paved in Talladega. Do you see the track losing grip, or do you anticipate Talladega losing grip any at all this weekend?
I don't know. That's a good question. We'll find out tomorrow, but I don't think so. I mean, it's so wide and so smooth the last 2 or 3 years. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I mean, I know here for sure our cars will be fast, the Hendrick engine, and it was fast in Daytona. So, you know, I don't really anticipate a losing grip. I anticipate us doing a lot of the two-car tango and beating and banging and hammering away, you know. So hopefully teammates, whether it's Reed or Justin and I, and we got James Busher this weekend. So he's aggressive, so he's good to have as a teammate on these kind of tracks. And it should be fun. I'm sure the Turner cars will be good.
Yeah. So with all that Daytona experience, I guess that would be my next question. Then you must feel pretty confident about what you're going to have with this new car. At least knowing how it's going to handle when you get there, you're going to know about the grip. But you got to feel pretty confident and comfortable in that car now after running at Daytona.
Yeah, I do. We do. I feel real confident. We had a lot of speed down there. Had a great run. And we had a really good run at the end of the race. Like we thought we could have been in position to win and shoving Reed there. So we were in a position to win, taking a white. So yeah, I mean, if we can do that again and get up front, and I think we all learned a lot about the two-car deal where you really have to stick together. And if you can stick together, I mean, you run your own race. You know, you can run to the lead, you can run wherever you want, and we'll get down there and figure it out tomorrow. But yeah, I got a lot of confidence going into this weekend with a great clip Chevy.
Where does Talladega rank in terms of tracks for you? I mean, there are some drivers, Jason, who say, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the plate tracks. They're kind of boring, quite frankly. Where does it rank for you?
I like it. You know, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it every weekend, but, you know, in Nationwide Series, we only do it once a year. It would be fun to do it twice a year. You know, I just have as much fun as you can while it lasts because, you know, it used to be you'd run around, you know, 3 or 4 wide in that big pack, and one guy makes a little mistake and your race is over. But it's fun. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy the experience. You know, it's challenging, but, you know, that's what we get paid the big bucks for, you know, and it's a little bit dangerous, but that's the same, you know, I mean, that's the same, goes down the same lines. That's what we do for a living. We drive race cars, and it's exciting. I enjoy it.
Well, we talk about the comparisons and then the differences of Daytona and Talladega. Obviously, Daytona 2.5 miles, Talladega 2.66 miles. Banking a bit steeper at Talladega than Daytona, but do they race differently or do they race alike?
No, they race very differently because, you know, the corners are more sweeping at Talladega. It is wider, so there's a little less room for air. Saying that, though, there's also more room to run 4 and 5 wide. People feel more comfortable doing it. So that's where the trouble starts, you know. It's easy to get sucked into like, oh, there's a hole, you know, I can make it through those 2 cars and there's enough room, and then you get in there and you realize, well, there's not, or it gets pretty tight at times. So, but yeah, they drive very differently. To me, they do. Now that, you know, obviously since Daytona's been repaved, they drive a little closer alike. But Talladega is really big sweeping corners. I mean, it's like going down the freeway at 200 miles an hour, and in this case would be bump drafting your neighbor, you know, or him bump drafting you.
Yeah, I mean, you've always had to have help when you draft at Talladega and Daytona, but now with this 2-car tandem, obviously you got to have it. I mean, there's no way around it. You must feel good about having that whole arsenal of teammates going with you at Talladega this weekend.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, we all worked well together at Daytona, excuse me, and we, you know, everybody's kind of figured it out. I know Justin's really aggressive, so I go, you know, I tend to draft with him really good because I'm aggressive. Reed is smart and very precise, so you know, it's funny the different styles. And then we got James. I think he's a wild man like me, so we all ought to match up pretty good, you know. And you know, we all want to get up front and lead laps. So I think if we can do that, I think if we get hooked up, we can all do that. You know, I think we'll have enough speed to do that and run up front the whole race.
Now, when you say that you're aggressive and Justin's aggressive and all that, what do you mean by that?
Well, we just drive aggressively. Our driving styles are very similar. You know, if you look at the data and just being around each other, you can figure out whose driving style is a lot like yours. You know, I don't know. We kind of come out of the same mold, so it works out good setup wise, and you know, just drive aggressive. You know, I mean, we go hard. You know, sometimes the results don't show it, but we're always giving 110%, and sometimes maybe overdoing it, overdriving it, and you know, it's just there's a fine line between not driving hard enough and then overdriving your car.
Well, the good news is for you is we're in a mix here where you don't have much time off. We're pretty much racing every weekend, I think, until July right now for the Nationwide Series, and I know you like that.
Yeah, I love it. I think our next weekend off is in June, and I already got plans to I think I'm going to go run a wing sprint car that weekend, so I'm excited about that. So I'm going to try to just keep racing. But yeah, I mean, this month of May is such a, you know, we got April obviously, but month of May is such a great month for auto racing. It's just like an exciting time around here in Charlotte, up in Indianapolis, everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. We go to some really good tracks this time of year.
Where is it a possibility that you may be racing that winged sprint car?
I'm not sure. Somewhere up in Pennsylvania, somewhere where it's really tough to run a wing sprint car. But, you know, it's something that we're just trying to put together now. So I'm just excited to start getting some plans together for my off weekend already and do a little dirt racing.
Take it easy. You got that posse up there waiting for you, Leffler.
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, once that dirt racing, once that sprint car racing gets in the blood, it's hard to get it out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, to me, I love sprint car racing, and it's really what started my passion for racing, because I went to Ascot Park as a kid in Southern California, and they raced sprint cars every Saturday night, and I remember being 4 years old and going, just looking forward to going to the races Saturday night, and that's what really sparked my interest in racing. So sprint car racing is it's an awesome sport and very competitive, and it's really neat. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's just racing.
Well, we wish you the best this weekend at Talladega.
Yep.
And we'll look for that number 38 Great Clips car to be up front. Lois asks for you every time I go get the haircut. You're her little buddy. I'm going to be seeing her next week, so she always checks in.
Tell Lois I said hi. Thanks for the support.
Best of luck at Talladega this weekend in the Aaron's 312 coming up Saturday afternoon, and we'll catch up with you when we're down there.
All right, guys. Always a pleasure.